G'day everyone and welcome to Andrew's Art and Models. Today I'm going to have a very quick build for you. It's just going to be a very simple display base, not really a diorama or anything, just a display base for some of my 135 scale tanks. I thought this would be a bit of fun, just make them pop a little bit. And I'll get to experiment with a few different little products that I've had sitting on my shelf for some time. So I thought, yeah, we'll put it together a video and have a bit of fun. I'm just using an old picture frame. You can see I've already masked it off. I actually put masking on the underside too, just to stop the plaster from running through, because it's not tight, not a tight seal. But I'll shut up and let you watch. Instead of throwing a lot of that loose plaster that I've dug out away, I use it to add a bit of texture and some height to the back of the diorama, and also a little bit in the middle ground there where I'm putting the rocks, as you can see now. I just glued it down with a little bit of PVA, and I brushed the PVA over the surface and sprinkled the plaster over the top and got rid of any loose bits. And once I've done that, I do the glue again and sprinkle some dirt from my garden on it. I decided that the foreground darkness just wasn't enough. I really wanted a bit deeper and darker than what it was, so I'll just go back over that with a thin mix of paint again, just to give it a little bit more of depth. Now, one of the products I wanted to use was the Vallejo still water, so I decided in the foreground there I'm going to try and make a couple of little puddles of different sizes and just see how the product works. I'm also going to play around with it a little bit to tint it and try and stretch it over the surface to see how it goes. I'm expecting it to soak in a fair bit because plaster is quite porous obviously, so I might need to do a couple of different coats of it to get the look I'm after, but we'll just see how it goes. Now, as promised in my E75 video, here are the ET model leaves, the photo etch leaves that I love. These little things are awesome. Just a little bit of precaution when you're cutting them out. There's a lot of little areas that you need to trim for them to work properly and for to bend properly, but well worth the effort, and a lot of fun actually. They're somewhat fiddly, but still quite enjoyable. You can see here I'm just trying to point out some of the little areas I was talking about before. There's lots of little joins between parts that you need to get rid of. It's not hard to do, it just takes a little time. Now obviously I don't want these just to be flat, so I use a lot of different objects. You can see here I'm using a toothpick before I was using a brush, just to impart some curves to the stems, I suppose you call them, just to break it up a little bit, make it look a little bit more natural. Now, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done this when you're modelling late at night. I'm trying to hold the little fragile parts with my hands, and and after a little while I sort of figure out, I should have just used a clove peg. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner, but that's the bane of modelling early in the morning, I suppose. Alright, there we go. So I am calling this done. A nice little display base. It's not really a diorama, but it's just a display base to show off the tanks and other kits I'll be putting on there, just for a bit of fun, make it look a bit nicer. Really enjoyed making it. I suggest you give it a try if you haven't done one already. It's a bit of fun, and it's a nice diversion from what we normally do, I suppose. Thank you to everyone for all the comments, likes and shares. It's really helpful, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, by all means hit me up, let me know. And don't forget, we have the monthly model kit giveaways as well that's running this year too. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you soon.